Hello everyone and welcome back to Cupcakes and Coasters. I am joined by my lovely husband today. You might know him from other vlogs. His name is Connor. He likes Mickey Mouse quite a lot. He likes Disney parks quite a lot.
It's the only reason I'm on this.
So I thought today...
It costs a lot of money to be on this sort of stuff. I only appear in a few of them.
No appearance fee.
Should be.
So I thought today we would talk about our top 10 Disney parks moments, experiences, things that went down at Disney parks. We've been together since 2013 and
it's been a lovely 7 years.
And in that time we visited, together we've visited 5 of the 6 Disney parks in the world, and in 2012 I went to California, so I've been to all of them, and we'll go
BC before Conor.
yeah. We'll go to California at some point, probably next year.
You or next way, one of the two.
We're looking at going next year. But yeah, I thought we would pull together our list of top, we've done 5 each, so to pull together a top 10 Disney moments, Disney experiences, things that have happened in parks, together or separately, or just, I don't know what you've written and you don't know what I've written.
Nah. I feel like you've taken this way more serious than I have. Alright, go for it. Do you want me to go first? You go first, or do you want to explain more?
I don't know. Basically, we're just going to read from our list and kind of go through each point, discuss them, talk about our memories, our times at Disney parks, and kind of think longingly as to when we'll be back at a Disney park again.
Aye, which hopefully won't be that long.
Fingers crossed.
So,
hopefully not. Hopefully it won't be too long. But yeah, let's get stuck in.
Do you want to go first? Ladies first.
Oh,
you go first. That means I finish.
Thank you very much.
Number 1.
Okay, my first one on the list was entering Tokyo DisneySea for the first time and walking through the Mediterranean hotel that I can never remember the name of. Someone put in the comments what it's called, but kind of walking into that Mediterranean area and then just seeing it all in front of us and seeing the volcano, and we were kind of caught in a scrum of people going to get fast passes for Toy Story Midway Mania, but I think there was a brief second of like going under the bridge and then having it all appear in front and just being like, this is really cool, but we've got to get fast passes, but kind of like looking over there at
I think that's one of those things that you, not as enthusiast, the rabbit wanted to make a point. I think it's one of the things that you as enthusiast would go, that's really good, because it's obviously brilliant theming and brilliant, and looks amazing. While me as a non-enthusiast kind of went there and went, this looks really good, but then probably missed the opportunity to bypass because A, I didn't know it existed, and B, then we were rushed to the side to get fast passes and stuff, which I thought, so it looks impressive. I think it was later in the day that I jumped into that.
Yeah.
So wouldn't wish to try and get fast passes for Toy Story, because the queue wasn't that long, was it?
I think in Tokyo Disneyland in general, the queues look a lot worse than what they actually are. I think when we go back, it'll be, we were just kind of, we wanted to do everything, so we kind of had this like intense strategy of what order we were going to do the rides in to get everything done. But when we go back, it'll be a lot more chill, and we'll have a lot more time to kind of really drink in those moments. But that for me, that like vista with, is it called Mount Prometheus or something like that? I can never remember.
Just call it the volcano.
The volcano.
It's literally the only one that does
in the centre of the lagoon. Like, that is just probably the best theming Disney have ever done. Probably in any Disney park. Like, yeah, but that looks good. But it doesn't have that like big like weenie in the middle of like the volcano that you can look at and just stare and go, no, that's fucking awesome. Like, there's literal steam coming out of it, and then towards the end of the day, the fire and the lava, and just that initial moment of being in there and taking it all in and being like, no, this is the best theme park in the world. Like, people weren't lying about this one. It looks as good as you imagine it would. And I know you had a kind of poured over concept art and pictures and drawings of the place before you went there, so it probably didn't have as much of an impact for you as it did have for me, but to kind of stand in front of it and it be exactly as I pictured it would be was amazing. And I can't wait to go back to DisneySea. It's fabulous.
So it was really nice because the parts of DisneySea that I liked were probably different to the parts that you liked. So I loved the jungle bit that was around Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And I loved the downtown New York and the whole ship with the
that's amazing.
Teddy Roosevelt lounge in it.
Yeah.
Which kind of was really that sort of romantic 20s America.
Yeah.
And while we were walking around there, we met Cruella de Vil.
Yeah, we did.
And it seems to be, and I don't know whether it is, but it seems that whenever you see characters and face characters that we found in Tokyo that didn't seem to have the same reaction as maybe like the non-face characters. What's the name for the non-face characters? Characters. So like you would have had the rescuers. It was like there was loads of people just walking up and going,
yeah, touching it.
Why are you stroking it? But then you had Cruella de Vil, who maybe had like 3 people around. They'd run over and go, do you want to play? And this one, so the Cruella came up to me and was like, hi, yeah, and I was like, you're right. And then I complimented it on her coat. And we had a bit of a chat, got some photos. She went, do you want to have some fun? So I walked arm in arm with Cruella. We were coming out. I know you probably look at a map and you'll understand what I'm talking about. From the tail end of the New York bit right round to the front bit, ripping the piss out of anybody and everybody. I remember the Japanese kids that were sitting there with like Winnie the Pooh hats on. And Cruella was going, did you kill that bear? I think that looks lovely. And I'm like, you're the best. And we were dancing. And it must have been a good half hour of just ripping the piss and having a bit of crack. And I thought, well, this is a really nice Disney moment. And that, to me, was a bit more Tokyo Sea that I was kind of like, this is amazing. I love it.
I think it's with like a lot of the face characters, obviously Disney have their standards with what they look for and who plays the face characters, and a lot of those tend to be white people or people who come over from the American parks, from the French park. So when they spotted someone else who was like, and they overheard us speak English, they're like, you can speak English, so I can have a bit of that kind of face character banter with you, which if you don't speak Japanese as a face character, I imagine those interactions are quite hard to have those magical Disney moments. So when she saw us and realised we were up for a bit of fun, like we had like a dance off, didn't we? We just stood there chatting.
Straight. And then like later on, I remember being in the queue for, it would have been Tower of Terror if it was there, and like she looked through the window, knocked the window, and they went like this and pointed at me, and I was like, that's quite cute. Like, and it showed me. She remembered you. Of course, she remembered me. I'm unforgettable. But yeah. So that was cool. So that was a nice
moment. Number 3.
2, 3. Oh yeah, because we're in 10. We're not doing 5 each. Final point.
So this one, this one's a funny one for me. So when we went to Florida in September 2018 with our friends Ben and Jake. Shout out. And whenever I go on kind of trips, I always kind of make a list in my head of here are some things I want to do. And usually on like a road trip or something, that'll tend to be like coasters. Whereas on a kind of Orlando holiday, it's more like experiential stuff. And one of the things I really wanted to do was meet the chipmunks dressed as dinosaurs. In Animal Kingdom, they were doing this kind of Donald Duck dino overlay thing in Dinoland USA. In Animal Kingdom, and part of it they had Chip and Dale the chipmunks but dressed up in like the cutest thing I've ever seen, dinosaur costumes, and I was like, I want to do this is on my list of things to do, right, let's go do it. And Animal Kingdom was was it one of the first parks we went to? I think we went to like halfway through, but it wasn't a park that we were like gonna keep going back to. Like Magic Kingdom, you kind of pop in and out of. The studios we tend to pop in and out of because of like Tower, we like to go on Tower a couple of times. Whereas Animal Kingdom was like, we have this day and this is the only day we're going to be here, we're not really going to be back here. We don't plan to be like, we could because we had park hopper tickets, but as per the schedule,
no, I think it's
we weren't planning on being back
I like the Animal Kingdom at night.
Yes.
It's at its best at night. But because we were doing the Halloween stuff, we probably only had one night on it. We had 2 nights in Universal and then the other one up in Tampa.
Yeah. So Disney had this whole thing, Animal Kingdom had this whole thing with this event where it was like, you have to like find the Chipmunksaurus. It's like a thing, you have to discover them. And because I really wanted the picture, I was kind of asking the cast members like, where do I go to get a picture with the chipmunks? Like, I want to meet them. And they were like, right, you need to stand right here. And there was like a bus and they're like, they're going to be out here in about 15 minutes. I was like, cool. And I kind of stood there, and we stood there for about 10 minutes, and by now, say it was like 4:45. We stood there for like 10 minutes, and it was like 4:55, and I looked over, and down like a trail behind some trees, I could see them stood in front of like a backdrop, clearly like a meet and greet area, and I was like, oh, they're over there. Okay, well the cast member must have told us the wrong thing. And we ran over, and as we got there, they were just closing the character queue line, and I was like, oh please, I'm literally last person, it'll be 2 seconds, please can I just have a picture, like, I really want to meet them. And the cast member with them was like, no. And look, I get it, you have a job to do, and anyone who's watching this who has been a cast member and been in this position probably thinks I'm a total dickhead, and I probably did act like a bit of a dickhead, but I really wanted to meet the chipmunks, and the reality is I was there with plenty of time, and a cast member told me to stand in the wrong place, so I was no, and the cast member was like, no, they're done, they can't meet anyone else, you have to come back another time, and we were like, well, we're not going to be back. Like, we're literally right here, we're right here, we're not going to be back. They're right there, it will take me 2 seconds, like, please just let me. And the cast member was like, no. She was like, absolutely not.
She was a bit of a sort of Barbie girl, and her sort of attitude was kind of going, no. And then I stepped in and went, right, look, we've been sat down there for 15 minutes waiting for these guys to turn up because your guys told us. So I'm not asking just because they turned up, I'm asking because this. And then she was still like, no. And then you could see a couple of her other cast members kind of looking and going, you could do this, but you're not going to. So she was being, and then we were walking down, and I remember going, she going, I can't help you. And I was like, no, you're choosing not to help me.
And it was one of those,
that's the difference, you're choosing not to.
It was just really frustrating because I was like, look, if I had legitimately shown up past the cut-off time, fair play. But the fact that a cast member had told us to stand in the wrong place to meet them, and then we ran over with 5 minutes to spare, it was just a bit like, come on guys. But then...
Superstar? The superstar in the shop?
Yeah, Conor went and chatted to a person and was just like, look, is there any other way we can meet them? Because my wife really is really sad and pathetic and wants to meet the chipmunks dressed as dinosaurs. And they sorted out like a separate meet and greet for us around the corner, which was really fab. And we got to like have pictures taken and have a bit of a moment with the characters. And it was like, I felt like a total knob. But I got the picture and it was really cute.
Nice picture.
I got a really nice picture and it was really cute. But I was like, oh, come on. But like a frustrating moment led to a really nice moment, which I think was really good.
I think what we did do, so I went in on the way out and was like, said to the sort of customer service, guest services, the guy was really nice and helpful. So it's not like we're complaining just for the sake of complaining.
No.
Be nicer. Be nice to people. Be better.
Easy.
Be nice. That's what you need.
Especially you're at Disney World, number 4.
So we like Disney food. I like Disney food. I have no problem paying $3, $5, $6 for a chocolate lollipop that's shaped like the Millennium Falcon, or like a tenner for a Cheerio that's shaped like Mickey's face or something like that there. That doesn't bother me. But when we were in Hong Kong, Disney, we went and thought, well, actually we'll splash out a bit of money and get the dim sum, which was really cute. So it was like Disney shaped.
It was so good.
And it was like it was dear, but it was in their nice posh hotel. We were on our honeymoon, so we kind of thought, well, we'll splash out. It wasn't ridiculously dear. Like I thought the money for what you got, it was good value, but definitely.
I think we had like one of every dish and plus drinks, and it was like $80.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the end of the world.
But everything was really good value for money because you were looking at it and going, that dim sum looks like Baymax, this looks like Sully, and I'm sure you've got pictures on your blog, and I've got pictures on my Instagram and stuff.
I'll insert stuff.
But it was really, really nice, and it was really good. And then I was like, I ordered a beer, and then I'd finished the beer and I thought I want a Coke or something, just a light chilled beverage to put it down. And I remember getting it and going and drinking it and going, as soon as I put it in my mouth, I went, it's gonna cost me money, this Diet Coke. Diet Coke cost me $5. And that's my list, is to pay £5 for Diet Coke in that hotel. And I think it's kind of like, food's amazing, but don't do Disney on a budget, was kind of my line on it. If you're gonna go, I always like going, and I like going and going, do you know what, I want that, and I love the food, and the food's good, and you can charge me whatever you want for it because I'm not bad.
Yeah, and it's shaped like Darth Vader.
the tin of Diet Coke, literally, should have just said multi-tin, multi-pack.
Must not be sold separately.
She gave it to me and he gave me a glass, and then he went to open it and I went, nah. So I don't do really well with silver service, like I can open my own bottle of water, just give it to me. Opened it, poured it in, and this was like, oh, I remember saying, to you going, the food's lovely, but the bet you this is going to cost me about a $5.
Number 5. Oh, this is a really sentimental one now. I was about to point to my ring, but I'm not wearing it because we've been in lockdown for 2 weeks now, and I've just stopped wearing my wedding rings. It's when you proposed to me on the Disneyland Tokyo Disney Pirates boat ride. It's funny because we were on a resort for 3 days, and I kind of had an inkling you were going to propose to me, and I didn't know when and I didn't know where, and this was literally like the last ride we went on the last day, like the last day of our visit to the resort, and I was literally walking around and then like,
it was a great moment I said from the castle, which went, this looks like a really nice people or place to get proposed to, and I just went, oh yeah, is it?
Yeah, we went on Pirates of the Caribbean, and it was towards the end of the day, so there weren't a lot of people around, and we had a boat to ourselves, and it was just going through the bayou thing, and there were all the fireflies and the banjo was playing, and you were like, I don't think he even actually said the words "will you marry me," he just went, oh, there's something I need to ask you, and I just went, I just cried.
Ruined the whole ride.
I just cried the whole way around. I said I really would love to have bought that ride photo, but I was too like, this is happening. But like the ride photo would have been so funny because it would have just been me and you on the boat and me just like, and Connor just like. I
really like that ride. That's the best Pirates of the Caribbean ride in the world. I don't know why it is, I just think it is. I don't like Shanghai.
Does it have sentimental value?
Definitely not. I thought it was like the first time I've seen it. I think, do you know what I think it is? I think when you go round where the ship's coming in, there's a battle. And then I think it's dark enough and there's enough like paintings on the wall to make it look like there's a lot more depth in it than there is. And I really like that. And I was like, this is sick. And I remember you just crying and trying to kiss me on. I'm like, all right, love, fuck me. Wind it back in here. Like, do you know what I mean? I didn't say your dog died or something. Do you know what I mean? Ease up. But yeah, it was romantic and nice.
It was very nice. We definitely should have bought the ride photo.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Number 6.
I'll move mine around again then to fit into yours. We went to Florida Disney the year after, I think, wasn't it? Might have been the year after. Were we married at that stage? No, yeah, because we were engaged for 2 years. So next year we went to Florida with Jordan's family, and we met Snow White. And we met Snow White as you're walking into the Magic Kingdom, and she was on the left, and I was like, I want to meet Snow White. I always want to meet characters, but I think meeting characters is one of the best things in Disney. So I'll always like go, oh, I'm going to meet this person, and then this like get annoyed because I want to go and ride something. I'm like, I'm going to meet Olaf. Yeah, so we went to Snow White, and then I was like, we need to sort of milk this by just saying you got proposed now rather than last year because it's Disney and you get better crack with them. And we had a proper good interaction with Snow White where she was like, show me your ring. George showed her the ring and she went, did some of the dwarves go into the mine to get this to you? And I was like, oh, I'll propose here in Pirates of the Caribbean. She went, oh no, pirates. And it was just really good fun, and I was like, yay, I like that. That was probably one of the best.
Yeah, that was cute.
It was really nice, and then you kind of go, actually, do you know what, it feels longer because the crack was just really good.
Yeah.
And I like whenever, I don't want to go up to a character, get a photograph and move out. Like we've had really good interactions with, like, I remember going to meet BB-8 and and our Baymax as well. BB-8 was good.
Oh, BB-8's our first friend.
Yeah.
Duh. Are you looking at me like, what are you talking about? I know, BB-8, yeah, and you had your Stormtrooper t-shirt on.
My boy. His batteries are about to die.
As I say, he sounds terrifying.
He's hit puberty.
His voice is broken.
Yeah, and I had a Stormtrooper thing on, and he got all scared, and it's just silly things like that. Yeah, no, I loved it. It was great, and that one with Snow White always jumps out of me. Or telling Belle coming up to you and going, is this your beast?
Yeah.
Or
something like that.
My favourite, what do you call it? My favourite princess.
Anna.
Not you.
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel, my favourite princess, Rapunzel, when we met. And we all got a photograph, and she was really good crack. And then I was like, I'm really sorry, but can I have one of the photographs of you going like this to me, rolling the eye? I am a 37-year-old man with a beard, but it's alright.
I thought you were going to say Anna, where she said to Ben, oh, what's your favourite season? And he was like, oh, the fall. And she was like, oh, and he was like, I love Halloween. And she was like, oh, do you dress up? And he was like, yeah. And Anna went to him, oh, what do you dress up as? And he went, a serial killer. And she was just like,
yeah, no, I think
no.
What if some or the one on the Halloween, we could get into so many
character
moments. There was one where we queued up at Halloween Horror. I know Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, where we were meeting Cinderella, somebody else, and a mystery, and we're like, ooh, I bet you it's Maleficent. It has to be Maleficent.
We just thought that because it was a Halloween thing, the mystery guest was going to be a villain because it was Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Like, I feel like there's some logic to that.
Makes sense. We're like, yeah, we're on this, and the queue was only 20 minutes. Like it wasn't long. Right, we're in this, we're queuing up, and then who was it? She's on
I feel
Disney
like
Plus.
she's called like Princess Elena or something like that.
Spanish bird.
She's a Spanish, yeah, she wears like a red dress. But we just literally got there and went,
nah. Oh, wait, did you went?
can we
leave?
And we just went straight through. Like, we don't know. I do not know her. Number 7. This is a fairly recent one, and I feel like, I don't know if you're going to agree with me on this, but it was going on the new Tower of Terror overlay at Disneyland Paris. It was so good. Like, I think it was an overlay they put on just for the Halloween period, just to kind of spice it up a little bit, because it's kind of just been stood there for a while, hasn't really had many changes, and they have 3 kind of projection mapping, new sound, new video, new kind of projections and lighting and stuff, and also a new drop sequence. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, anyone who knows better than I do, but I believe it's the same drop sequence as Guardians of the Galaxy in California. But I haven't done that because that was still Tower of Terror when I last went to California Disney. So we got on it, and I mean, skip ahead 5 minutes if you don't want spoilers for the new Disneyland Paris Tower of Terror overlay. But we got on it, and it just, the fact that we got on it and the tower just went whoa, straight up, and we were just like, ah! Like, we've done Tower in Paris so many times that I feel like we'd grown quite accustomed to what the ride sequence was, and we kind of, you go on it and obviously it's still fantastic, but you kind of begin to know what to expect from the ride. So to go onto a ride that we thought we knew so well and be absolutely like have your breath taken away, not only was the ride, it felt more thrilling and more exciting, but the overlay as well, it was kind of really creepy and cool and scary. Our one was like the little girl kind of telling you not to scream because they don't like it when you scream. I guess they are the entities that control the tower drop sequence, but it was just... I thought it was the Tories. It was just... yeah, it was so good, and I love, that's why one of the main things I love about Disney is no matter how many times you go to those parks, even if you're going to Paris over and over and over again, or you're traveling all over the world going to the different parks, there's always something still to surprise you, and there's always something different to discover, or something different to enjoy, or something you didn't notice before. And that to me was one of those moments where it completely caught me off guard. I loved it. It was brilliant, and I screamed a lot. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, can't really add anything to that. It was very good. Yeah, it was surprisingly good. And yeah, it was a nice combination of French and Francais and Anglais, which was quite nice. Shush, they'll hear you. Also in Belfast. Shush. Shush. They'll hear you. Keep it down. Keep it down. Fuck's sake, keep it down. Number 8. I'm surprised we haven't snapped on any yet. Nah, well, I kind of knew you were going to talk about the proposal because it was a bigger moment in your life than it was mine. My favourite Disney park is probably Animal Kingdom. But we were doing the best time to do Safari is to do it at sunset. And hot tips from Conor Hughes. I know my shit. Hot Disney tips. Hot Disney tips. And then we got on it. I think we pre-booked it through the fast pass thing or whatever, so we got our time and we got on. Yeah. And we were going round, and in between the Middleton family thinking that the sunset was a real sunset, when I went, that's clearly a fake sunset. That is the sunset from The Lion King. That is not a real sunset. The sun is there. But they were like, oh, look at the sunset, it's beautiful. But we're going round, and bizarrely all the animals started getting up and running around and panicking and stuff, and I was like, oh, something's happening here. And you could just feel sort of a Florida thunderstorm coming in. And this has happened just every time we've been on the safari, that there's been a thunderstorm where we've just got off and the range just, heavens had just opened up. But this one, it opened up just as we were on the ride, and then the ride blocked up a bit, and you could see all these animals sort of going around, and it was bucketing down, but it was really empty. I think there was me, you, your brother. I don't even know if your mum and dad went back on it. I definitely did. I think it was just us. There's us 3 plus maybe like 3 or 4 Yanks. Yeah. And that was it. And then it was like, so the whole carriage wasn't that busy, but you could move around the seats. And we eventually started going round, and obviously it was a bit slower because it was just a bit of delay in getting people off, or there was animals walking in front of the train. Getting people off? Yeah, just getting people sort of stopping and then getting people off. I remember going around the corner, and this fork of lightning just sort of shot straight down on the ground right beside us, like a proper Hollywood style fork of lightning. And as it hit the ground, it lit up this massive rhino. It was just right there. And we're just like, fuck, what is this? And it was just, I've never been on anything like it. It was like, until we go to Africa and do a proper safari, I was just like, this is
amazing. Because all the animals had been panicking and running around, obviously, because of the storm coming in. And they knew it was coming. And then the rhino just being there.
And there was like a herd of wildebeest ran across.
Heard about it. It was just everything about it.
Everything was mad.
Yeah. The only thing we didn't see was the lion. I've never seen the lions in Animal Kingdom.
And you found, what's his tip you found out the other day from the Imagineering story about the Lion's Rock?
Oh, it's got air conditioning? Yeah. That's mad. There's two things that I love with stuff like that. One is the air conditioning in that, and then in Longleat, I know it's a Disney video, but in Longleat, the, what do you call them, big gorillas have got TV, they've got Sky gets it for free. And I used to, like, when it's winter, we went down when it was winter, it was pissing rain, he was like, I'm gonna watch, Jeremy Kyle, which a couple of those times, it wasn't banned. I was like, how amazing is that? Just a gorilla just going, fuck it, give us a banana, will you? I want to watch a bit of TV.
Number 9! Number 9! Number 9.
Number 9! 9!
So, you alright, Luna? So my final one is something you are yet to experience, my love, but you will experience it when we go. Was walking down Main Street in the actual proper Disneyland in California, and being someone who's been a massive, like, not just Disney fan, like Disneyland specifically, the theme parks, and being someone who's been so into those parks basically my entire life, and having grown up with a fascination for the parks and loads of Imagineering books, and just spending days and weeks as a kid kind of poring over the designs and seeing the pictures of walking around the park. To finally be there and walk down that street where he walked and see what he actually built, and kind of you see his office with the light on, and walk down Main Street and walk through his castle, that's just a really sentimental and overwhelming moment for someone like me, who it had taken me quite a long time, I feel, as a theme park fan to finally get to California. And it was just a little bit like, oh my god, like, this place is responsible for so much in the kind of the themed attraction industry. Like, without Disneyland, we wouldn't have half of the parks and attractions that we have to this day. And it was kind of a bit like, it's quite overwhelming to know that kind of your entire hobby and passion is because of one mental bloke who just really fucking loved trains and wanted a giant life-size train set and a cool kind of set and scene to have it travel around has led to kind of literally led to me sitting in this room talking to a camera about it today. Like, it's so impactful and it's really magical. I know anyone who's been to the actual Disneyland can attest to the magic you feel when you go in. I think Magic Kingdom in Florida used to have it. I think it's lost it a little bit. It's become quite commercialised now. But Disneyland in California, for me anyway, when I went 8 years ago now, it's been so long. When I went all those years ago, that it really it hit me. Like, you could feel it. Like, you can feel that Walt was there and walked through the streets, which was really nice. And
I feel like
really
we probably should have kept that for 10. That's quite a nice way to film it.
It's yours really shit.
But I don't know what mine's is.
Number 10.
See, I've 2. Well, one we've kind of touched on already. Because I like meeting the boss.
Yeah.
And that's always special to me. And I think you get to, oh, one up me, Mickey, and I'm like, well, you're on with Mickey. And I think every time I've met Mickey, whether it be in Paris, so we stayed in the Disneyland Paris Hotel 2 Christmases ago, and we get in early entry, or Magic Dreamland ticket time.
Magic Hour.
Magic Hour, that's one.
Magic Dreamland ticket time.
And I was like, we were going around going, what are we doing? I was like, we'll go meet the princesses, but like, you're with me and you're cock-blocked me, so we'll not be a waste of time. But I said, we'll go meet the boss, and you walk in and there's nobody there because obviously they're all queuing to meet the princesses. So,
and it was like 7 in the morning.
It was about 7 in the morning, and he just popped his head round, and I'm like, you alright, boss, what's the crack? And we have a bit of a chat, even though he doesn't speak. Don't like to speak in Mickey. Never met him, don't like to speak in Mickey. But then I remember the one where we met Saucer or Mickey. Saucer or Mickey?
Saucer of Milk Mickey. Is that what you just said?
Saucer or Mickey.
Saucer or Mickey.
Yeah, Saucer or Mickey. The one, he's the wizard Mickey.
Saucer or Mickey.
Wizard Mickey. We met him, and he was like, he pushed me out of the way because he was trying to run the U, which was quite funny. I just always liked meeting Mickey Mouse. I think it's really good. And yeah, so I always like meeting the boss, because I think as much as you kind of go with the theme park side of things, which is
I
all
like
really
meeting
nice.
the characters as well.
No, but in the sense of kind of going, it's really nostalgic for you, because kind of going, I see what make this sort of thing. Me, it's all about characters, and kind of going, the ultimate is the arrogant rodent that is Mickey Mouse. And kind of going, yeah, and I've always been like, oh, I want to be Mickey. The dream would be to meet Mickey in Star Wars outfit, but that's definitely been retired. But yeah, I do like those.
So that's our top 10, but I think there are, like, obviously, because we've been to so many Disney parks all around the world, there's been quite a lot of moments. It's quite hard to whittle it down to just 5, so do a few honourable mentions as well.
So, first time I went to Disneyland Paris, we walked in, and you did that thing where you walk into a theme park and storm in to go, right, we need to do this bit first. And it started to snow. Well, it didn't actually start to snow, it was fake snow, but it was Christmas. So, and then Buzz was coming down. Buzz and Woody were coming down on the parade, and it was snowing on Main Street, and I'm like, yay, this is the shit.
Well, Connor had never been to a Disney park before. That was Connor's first ever experience of any Disney park anywhere in the world, was Disneyland Paris at Christmas, walking into the park, having a parade coming towards us down Main Street, with the Toy Story float being the first one you saw with Buzz on the front of it, and Buzz like,
That's
to you, and Connor was like, ah!
fucking
And it was snowing. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah.
He also did that to me in Hong Kong.
He did.
Yeah, they were sort of like going, so, yeah, like that one. That was good.
One for me was riding Tron at Shanghai Disneyland. That, I don't know why I hadn't really paid attention to it, but I was kind of, when you've been on a Vekoma booster bike or two, your brain has an idea of what those kind of things are and how they ride, and Tron ain't it. Like, Tron is ridiculous. Like, firstly, the detail, like when you go in and you pull the restraint down and the lights power on, it goes vroom, and it's like, oh, this is really cool. And then the launch is really powerful, and that took my breath away. Like, I just wasn't expecting it to trundle along like those older booster bikes do, but I certainly wasn't expecting it to have as much of a kick to it as it did. And then you go into the main show building, and I literally, like, we did single rider because I think the queue was quite long.
Yeah, it was like 2 hours or something.
So we just walked straight onto it, didn't we?
Single rider was an hour, or normal queue was like 2 hours. And we're like, oh, we'll just do single rider. We walked in, it was 10 minutes.
And there was no queue. Yeah. And then I went into like the main show building, and obviously we were seated separately. And I was just on my own, and I just went, wow! Like, it literally, it got me to kind of involuntarily.
Aye, go with that.
I involuntarily just went, wow! Like, it coaxed out of me just because of how amazing the inside of the building looked. And I was just looking all around. Obviously, you're zooming around on the coaster itself, and then you come almost with the other bike, and you almost hit it, and it's just, it was absolutely brilliant, and I just wasn't expecting it, which is, I mean, testament. I know I go on and on about not watching POVs and all that kind of thing, but moments like that are enough to justify that argument of don't watch POVs before you have the chance to go there yourself. If it's somewhere you know you're never ever going to visit, then fine, whether to your heart's content, watch them. But if it's somewhere you know you might visit in the future, try not to watch POVs, because you won't have that, the rides won't have that impact on you.
I don't understand how anybody does it. It's just not for me. In horses, of course, it's not my place to judge, but I absolutely do judge you if you think. Yeah, Tron was good. Shanghai, we'll probably do this. Things we missed out on specific by park. I'm trying to think what else there was. I think, did you just burp? Oh, okay. But yeah, no, I think we're good on that. I think that's it. From me, anyway. It's enough. So
that is our top 10 magical Disney moments.
My top 5.
Well, your top 5, my top 5, our top 10 together. Because we're married, we do stuff together sometimes. I'm sure there are many more magical memories to be made in the future. We're planning on, what's the next Disney park we're going to?
Probably Paris, when we get out of this house.
Probably Paris, because, yeah.
It's internal.
We weren't planning on going, but like the longer we're locked in, the more I'm like,
as soon as I get a chance to get out of here, out of this house, I'm booking a trip.
Where are you going? I'm going to Disneyland.
Or pet that dog. Let's see Pluto. Pet that dog. Pet that dog.
We're going to go to California Disney next. Is probably the next like big Disney holiday.
Yeah.
To go to.
Yeah.
And finally complete Connor's set of Disney parks.
Get my tattoo.
Get you what? Oh, you're going to get a Disney tattoo when you finish.
Something, not tacky.
You're such a basic bitch.
Alright, mermaid tattoo. Shakes pipe time.
But yes, thank you so much for watching, and comment below with your kind of magical Disney memories of your own. Let us know what you think in the comments. Chat, leave a comment, let us know what you think. I always like to hear from you guys. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. Don't say now it's time to pay the price. I know you're planning on saying it.
I don't know. I was thinking of getting Mickey, but we'll get Minnie.
That's Minnie.
I know I was going to get her to go up and go, no, it's time to pay the price.
Such an idiot. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Bye.
Slan.